you want to lose 30 pounds of fat by the end of 2025, copy this. Now, 30 pounds in 15 weeks from recording this video, this is not going to be a crash diet. This is not quick fix meds, but follow this system and you're going to get there. So right now, maybe you feel stuck, low in energy, clothes are getting tighter, the scale is refusing to move. But picture this, it's New Year's Eve, you're in front of the mirror and you're 30 pounds lighter, leaner, and you feel confident. My name is Michael Diamonds. I'm a medical doctor. I'm a scientist, majored in biochemistry and microbiology, a pro natural bodybuilder, and your coach. I've helped over 2,000 busy moms, doctors, celebrities, business owners do this exact same transformation. One of them is Donnie, and he started at 215 pounds, and by Christmas, he was down by 30 pounds. Not with any gimmicks, but with a plan that works. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact plan step by step. Let's dive in. Step 1, it's the foundation, and step 2 is what I call my fat loss flywheel. I promise you wanna watch this start to finish because you need every single step for this to work. Step 1, it's mental fitness. You must be mentally fit before you can be physically fit. And before you lose a single pound, you have to win in your head first. The biggest lie ever told is that information is power. It's a lie. Information is only potential power. Action turns that potential power into real power. And that's the truth. If knowledge alone made people fit, we'd all be walking around with a six-pack. The workouts are online, the diets are online, we have AI now, but people don't follow through. So the real question is, what turns information into action? And the answer to that is your why. Before you think I'm gonna get woo-woo, just hear me out, because I do this. The deep reason you're doing this, people who succeed don't just know what to do, they know why they're doing it. Your why is the engine that turns this knowledge into results. And think about it, when you follow a professional sports team, every member in that team, they're all chasing for that one goal of being remembered forever. That's their why, or to make their family proud. But I want you to do a quick exercise with me. Write the goal. Example, I want to lose 30 pounds, and then ask yourself why. Then you'll write like, to feel good in my clothes. Then ask why again, and you'll say, okay, to feel confident. And then you'll ask why again, and you'll be like, because I am tired of missing out on life, and keep going until it hits you in the feels. That's gonna be your anchor. For me in the beginning, I wanted emotional freedom, to look at myself in the mirror and say, you're him. Anyone would be lucky to have you. I wanted to find a partner, and then I found my wife. It took some time, but it happened. Pause this video for 30 seconds, grab a notebook, just like this, right? Or your phone, write it down and write down your why, dig deep. What's the real reason you want to do this? I've personally coached over 2,000 clients over the last decade, now my business athletes. And when I ask them what made the difference, they say it's not the diet or the workouts. They say it's the mindset. That's the foundation. Where your mind goes, your body follows. If you'd like me to make a full video deep diving into the deeper mindset strategies, the mental models that create lasting change, let me know in the comments, because your why is where the whole journey begins. So you can comment, Dr. Mike, make the mental models video, and I'll gladly do that for you. Now, once that foundation is set, now it's time to set out the map, the exact thing you need to do to get that weight off, starting with your timeline. Now, step 2, losing 30 pounds by New Year's 2025 might sound like you need to climb a mountain, but when you break it down, it's totally doable. So here's the simple math. 1 pound of fat is about 3,500 calories. So 30 pounds is 105,000 calories. If you spread that over 15 weeks, you need a 7,000 calorie deficit, roughly 1,000 calories a day. So that's the number we're playing with. And before you think, wait, 1,000 calories a day, that's impossible? It's not. We have to play it smart. And that's why you're here. Because we're not gonna starve you. We're gonna use what I call a fat loss flywheel. 500 calories trimmed down for food and 500 calories burned through training, plus lean muscle that keeps torching calories even at rest. So once this flywheel spins, fat loss will accelerate. So here's the best part. Over the last 3 years at Sculpt by Science, we've tracked every client's result. And on average, they lost 24.14 pounds in just 16 weeks. That's real data, that's not theory. And if you're starting with a higher body fat, you'll actually lose fat faster in the beginning because your body's more ready to burn those first pounds off. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the system step by step so that there's no guesswork for you. Follow it, and you'll be dropping around 2 pounds a week. Stack 15 weeks of that, and yes, you're down 30 pounds by New Year's Eve. That's not a maybe, that is math. But here's the question. If you're cutting 7,000 calories a week, where should those calories actually come from so you don't crash, burn out, or even lose muscle? That's step 3. Step number 3, dial in nutrition. This is the biggest lever for fat loss. If you're tired of diets that keep you guessing, here's where we're gonna cut through the noise. I'll give you the exact numbers and a simple framework, no theory, no guesswork, just results that you need. First, calories. Go to sculptbyscience.com, scroll down until you see precision macro calculators right there, or you can click on resources. I'm gonna also just link it in the description for you. Enter your details and set about 20% caloric deficit. That's aggressive, but sustainable for 15 weeks. Push harder than that and you risk burnout of losing muscle. Second is protein. On that toggle, I want you to keep it high at 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're weighing 180 pounds, that's 180 grams of protein daily. And here's the trick. I give people who struggle with hunger, I push them up to 1.3 grams of protein. Protein is the most filling macro. It protects your muscle tissue while you're cutting. If you're healthy with no worries, your kidneys are good, your liver is good, nothing to worry about. There's no downside. Third is fats. Keep them moderate. I like ranging my fats between 50 to 60 grams daily. Now, if you're higher on calories, I do 60. If you're like lower, I'd put it at 50. That's how I start. Now that's enough to support your hormones and your overall health while leaving plenty of room for protein and carbs. Most of this will come naturally from foods like the steak, the oats, or the way you cook your meals, like using olive oil, so you don't really need to overthink it. And the final one is carbohydrates. Fill up the rest of your calories with carbs. This is your fuel for training. And to make it simple, here's my cheat sheet. It's called 2-6-8-10 and I have one for protein and carbs. Get ready to take screenshots. So let's do the 2-6-8-10 equals 50 for protein. 2 scoops of whey protein gives you 50 grams of protein. 6 ounces of chicken breast, 50 grams of protein. 8 ounces of lean cooked steak, 50 grams of protein. 10 ounces of tuna, 50 grams of protein. So now you know 2-6-8-10, 4 different protein sources and how much to hit 50 grams of protein. Now for carbs, 2 cups of cooked rice, 50 grams of carbs. 6 ounces of sweet potato, 50 grams of carbs. 8 ounces of cooked pasta, 50 grams of carbs. And finally, 10 ounces of dry oats, 50 grams of carbs. These are the building blocks. Screenshot this, mix and match, and you've got foolproof meals. And here's how simple this is in real life. So Donnie ate like this: 1 cup of oats, 2 scoops of whey protein, and berries for gut health, but also for sweetness, right? 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. Lunch, 6 ounces of chicken breast cooked in an air fryer, 2 cups of rice, and veggies, 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. Dinner, 8 ounces of a sirloin steak and 6 ounces of sweet potato plus some salad, 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. And of course we added different snacks in there, but it just shows you how easy it is. No fad diets, no starvation, just simple building blocks repeated day after day. And for your own macros, you can increase the quantity. And let's say you need 25 grams more. You can say, okay, from 2-6-8-10, let's say you need 25 grams more of protein instead of 50. You can say, okay, I'll just add 1 extra scoop of whey for more 25 grams. So let's say you wanted to do it with the steak, and instead of 8 ounces of steak, you can add another 4 ounces to that 8, making it 12 ounces. So you can manipulate it. And here's what happened. In the first month, Donnie dropped 12 pounds, about 3 pounds a week. That's faster than average. It worked because his diet was locked in. For most people, the healthy range is 0.5 to 1% of your body weight a week. And stack this over 15 weeks and you're right in striking distance of 30 pounds by New Year's Eve. So now you know how to calculate your own macros and how to build it the right way. I also recommend using apps like MyFitnessPal or Lose It a fellow YouTuber, Jeff Nippard, has Macro Factor. I think you can use it for free for 2 weeks just to track, right? If you want to be super precise, but you can use the simple way I just gave you. Step 4, train the right way. Nutrition sets the stage, that's the foundation. But to lose fat without turning skinny fat, you need training. If you just diet, you'll drop weight, but you'll lose muscle too. That's why so many people take much longer. You're losing the fat, let's say this is the muscle. The fat's like shrinking, but the muscle at the same time. You want the fat to come down, but the muscle to punch through. That's how you get that powerful look. You don't want to be looking soft, and strength training and cardio fix that. So here's exactly how to do it with no guesswork. Start with strength training. It's a non-negotiable for dropping the 30 pounds. I want you to train a minimum of 3 times per week. 4 days per week if you can, and focus on compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, rows, and pull-ups. These hit multiple muscles, burn calories, and give you the best bang for your buck. Do 3 to 4 sets for 6 to 12 reps per exercise, the sweet spot for muscle retention and even building in a deficit. Now, the golden rule. When you're building muscle, most people, I see them in the gym and they don't even break a sweat. You want to fight for the muscle tissue. You want to look and feel like a commander. So you want to stop 2 reps short of failure. So when I'm training, I'm shaking. That's failure for me. I stop 2 reps shy, and that's how I know I'm challenging my muscle tissue to grow. So many people are going in there and just going through the motions. And we call this in science reps in reserve. So the thought is, let's say you're doing 215 for bench and you want to have 2 RIR, reps in reserve. So let's say you're supposed to do 10 reps. At the end of the 10 reps, you should ask yourself, could I have done 12? And if the answer is yes, then it means you did it the right way. If you said, hey, I could have done 4 more, it means you have 4 reps in reserve, and that really means you should add more weight. Think of your muscles like a phone battery, right? Drain to 0% every time and it will wear you out fast. I train to failure, but that's because that's the level of stimulation I need. But for you, you only need to have 10 to 20% left charge and you'll recover so much better. So most mess up by going too light, there's no challenge, or too hard where they're burning out. The middle, push hard but smart for sustainable gains. Add progressive overload weekly. This means either bumping up the weight by 5 pounds or 2 pounds, even 1 pound. Adding more reps, slowing down the tempo. That's like turning up the heat and gradually building without breaking. And because you've stayed thus far, I'm giving you a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day training plan on the screen, even for women. Screenshot it, and I'm doing this because I love you guys and I want you to win. All I ask in return, just share it with a friend so you guys can both do this together, because I've seen when people go on a journey together, they're more likely to see the result through because they're going to motivate each other. Send this to a friend or a family member. Now for cardio, my personal favorite is steps, is walking, and Stairmaster. And you may be asking why, because it kicks your ass. It doesn't wreck your joints. You feel amazing, but my lungs and my quads are on fire, but my knees and ankles feel fine the next day. And that's exactly what you want. Maximum effect, minimal damage, and structure it like this. So I want you to do daily steps. Check on your phone, on your health app, Samsung Health or Apple Health, and see how many steps you've been doing. Let's say on average, Americans are doing about 5,000. Add 2,000 to that number, so then go from 5 to 7K. But in general, 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day. And research has shown that it cuts your mortality rate by half. And this is your baseline calorie burn. The second thing I want you to do is zone 2 cardio. 2 to 3 sessions per week, 30 to 40 minutes on a Stairmaster or a similar machine. If you don't have a Stairmaster, max incline on a treadmill, and you should be sweating and working, but still be able to hold a conversation. What zone 2 cardio is, how to calculate that, take 220 minus your age, and then take that number and multiply it by 0.7. That is going to be the heart rate you need to have to be in zone 2 cardio. This is amazing for fat burning. Now, the second thing I want you to do is high intensity interval training, 1 session per week. So for example, I want you to do 8 rounds, 20 seconds all out. Please warm up for 5 minutes before you do this. And I'm talking about, bro, you're pushing yourself. And then I want you to do a 90-second rest. And that's plenty. More isn't better here. And if you want a deeper dive into this cardio side of things, especially how much you really need to lose your subcutaneous and the dangerous fat, the visceral fat, I've got a video with a full breakdown and a step-by-step linked in the description so you can watch that video next. Training builds the body that you want to reveal once the fat comes off. Now, step 5, it's to master recovery. You're eating right, you're training right, but you're feeling drained. And that's when recovery comes in. It's just not part of the process. It's where your 30-pound transformation actually happens. And if you skip it, you're just not slowing down your progress, you're actively sabotaging it. Ask me, because this happened to me. Think of your recovery like cooking a steak. Training and nutrition sear it, but recovery locks in the flavor. And if you're doing it wrong, you get this chewy mess, right? And do it right, and you'll reveal a lean and strong body. The first is sleep. It's a non-negotiable. There's a University of Chicago study that found that in a caloric deficit, people sleeping only 5 hours lost over half their weight from muscle. With 8 hours, nearly all the weight lost it as fat. That's the difference. So I want you to aim for 7 to 9 hours a night in a cool, dark room. Cut back on screens 1 hour before bed. Use dimming lights. Let your melatonin, your sleepiness hormone, naturally rise. And if you want a deeper dive, you can use an Oura ring, you can use an ultra human ring, a Whoop, and it can help you track and optimize your sleep quality. My clients love the 8 Sleep, which is this bed mattress. They all asked me, Dr. Mike, should we get it? My wife almost took away my credit card when I bought one, and then she used it and she was like, you can use the credit card whenever you want. The second thing is stress. Chronic stress means high cortisol, and high cortisol means belly fat. So if you ever had a brutal week where you crave junk, you're sleeping poorly, and you felt puffy all around your midsection, that's cortisol in action. And one tool I've recently started using myself is called progressive muscle relaxation. So here's how it works. Tense one muscle group, say your fists and hold that for 5 seconds and then release. Move to your arms, shoulders, chest, even your face until you've worked through your whole body. And it takes about 5 minutes. And your body will literally unwind, and do it before bed or anytime you feel wired but exhausted. They do this in the military, and this is how people fall asleep in less than 5 minutes. The third thing I want you to do is cut out alcohol. It's a fat loss killer. Research has shown that for every drink you have, it can stop fat loss from 12 up to 36 hours. And each drink isn't just calories. It literally pauses fat burning while your body's trying to remove this toxin. It's like putting your metabolism on airplane mode. So keep it to 1 to 2 drinks max. In our group coaching call, in my program, my clients ask, hey Dr. Mike, what do you recommend in terms of drinks? Spirits, right? As okay, if you have to have 1 to 2 drinks, spirits mixed with a 0-calorie drink. A seltzer is good. The light versions like Bud Light are also fine to go for. A wine. And then at the opposite end of the spectrum, which is a complete no-go, is cocktails, because of the mix of the alcohols with a mix of the sugars. Is just like, it's just a bomb that you don't want into your body, right? Now, recovery is the glue that holds things together. Training breaks you down. Nutrition fuels you. Recovery builds you stronger. Get that right. And the 30 pounds don't just come off. They come off while revealing the best version of you. Step 6, we want you to track and adjust. I always tell my clients, what can't be measured can't be managed. And here's where most people go wrong. They train hard, they eat clean, and they just assume results are gonna show up. No, fat loss isn't linear. Some weeks you'll drop 3 pounds, other weeks the scale won't budge even when you're doing everything right, which is normal. Which is why you should track, but not obsess, because you wanna see the bigger picture. So here's the system. Weigh in 3 to 4 times in the morning per week at a minimum, and look at the average, not the daily number. And your weight can swing 2 to 5 pounds overnight from water or sodium, but measure your waist once a week. And if your waist is shrinking, you're losing fat, even if the scale is stuck. Take photos every week, same time, same location. You'll notice changes in your shape before the numbers catch up. And put the photo side to side and ask someone, say, hey, give me your honest opinion. What do you see? Just ask it that way. I want you to track your strength in the gym. So My clients all use the Sculpt by Science app, and when they hit a new PB, it lets them know. I like going old school and writing it in my notebook in the gym, right? That way I can see, am I seeing progress or not, right? And if your lifts are steady or they're improving, but your body weight is dropping, you're losing fat and not muscle. And here's the key that most people miss: adjusting. If you're not losing at least a pound a week after 2 consistent weeks, don't panic. I want you to make a small tweak. For ladies, drop 100 calories. For men, drop as much as 200 calories a day. And if you want to be safe, you can go to 150 calorie drop for that week. Or plus, you can do both, is add 15 to 20 minutes more on top of your cardio, and that's it. Do small adjustments and don't do these major extreme swings every time. Think of tracking like your dashboard in your car. If you ignore it, you're gonna run out of gas and be left on the highway, or maybe even overheat your engine. Check it weekly, make small course corrections, and you'll get exactly where you wanna go. I called my company Sculpt by Science because we sculpt and we make changes accordingly. Nobody's journey is exactly the same. But if you apply the science, if you use your body as an experiment, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna understand it. And think back to where you started. You standing in the mirror on New Year's Eve, 30 pounds lighter, leaner, confident in your body again. This vision doesn't come from one magic trick. It comes on from stacking the basics: mindset, a clear timeline, nutrition, training, recovery, and tracking. That's the system. And now you have a choice. A year from now, do you want to look back and say, I could have, or do you want to already be the person you want to be who said, I did it? It starts with your why. Write it down. Let me know in the comments. Post it in there. Make it public and stick to it. And come back January 1st and let me know what results you got, because the 30 pounds, that's just the start. The real win is who you become along the way. I'll see you in the next one. And if you want to work with me and my team to be able to see that result, it's the first link in the description. I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner, even if you don't see me. Cheers.